Welcome to the Pebble in My Shoe podcast. The pebble in my shoe is an analogy for an inner niggle or knowing that becomes so insistent that we have to pay attention. We can ignore it only for so long and eventually have to stop to investigate it, listen to it, and honour what it's telling us. It becomes a catalyst for action to change something that no longer serves us. This can be something internal, like a belief or mindset. It can be about how we behave in certain situations or in relationships, or it can be something that changes our life trajectory, like ending a relationship, changing careers, or moving to a different place. Taking the action and making the change invariably requires courage, often a leap of faith, and at the very least, to try something new and outside of our comfort zone. Whatever the action or change happens to be, the pebble ultimately moves us to live more authentically and more aligned to our true nature. My intention for the conversations here is to inspire or offer hope to those of you who resonate with the stories shared, that you'll hear something that supports you on your own journey, and if there's a pebble in your shoe, that you'll find the courage to make the changes that align you closer with your authentic self. This episode is me introducing myself and setting out the stall for the Pebble in My Shoe podcast. My name is Miffy Hoad, and among other things, I'm a personal growth coach, supporting people through adversity and life challenges to become empowered in the choices they make to live more authentically as themselves. So this work has also been a lifetime's work for myself, always seeking and soul-searching for what feels true and aligned to my true essence. Many pebbles have been in my shoes along the way, reminding me to do something differently, sometimes persisting until I eventually stop denying that it's there, and sometimes stopping me in my tracks completely, enforcing a change of direction. The most recent pebble in my shoe rolled around and in between my toes for nearly 2 years while I was working in a full-time public service job. The sort of job that pays well and offers a pension and great conditions. The sort of job that you'd be a fool to leave. I've been a life coach since 2007 and have always coached as a side hustle to my other work. In 2021, I qualified with an advanced diploma in mental health and wellbeing coaching, and this really cemented my coaching niche in personal growth. So, as my side hustle developed further, so did the pebble in my shoe. The symptoms of the pebble being there were manifesting in many ways. I wasn't firing on all cylinders in my day job, and I put it down to stress and family challenges. I was proactively working on my personal and spiritual growth, journaling and meditating and studying mysticism, delving into new practices and so on, and I really found that very supportive, nurturing and energised me. I arranged for my hours to be reduced in work for the coming year, and I thought that would just give me more space and time. So 2 months into this, and the fibromyalgia I've lived with all my life flared up, and by mid-March I had to take some time off to recover. I figured a week would probably do it, and during that week I reviewed my journals of the past 18 months. Interestingly, there were 2 distinct recurring themes. So, to the journal prompt I used quite a lot, if you could do anything, what would that be? The answer was frequently, leave my full-time job. And what does your soul need? And the answer was, stay and be, not go and do. I had also said to my life coach in February, in a fairly off-the-cuff manner, I suspect that if I don't pay attention to what my body's telling me, the universe might just sit me down and make me listen. So anyway, a week off didn't do it, and it actually turned out to be 7 weeks. But this was a catalyst, and it was the time I needed to really examine this pebble and pay proper attention. All the fears and beliefs I had around financial security gripped my limbic system and shook it good and hard, and my body refused to go any further until I listened to its message and made some really tough decisions. So, with the unconditional and loving support of Pat, my husband, the brilliant skills of my coach Lily Murphy, I took the leap of faith to leave the good job and the salary and scale up my coaching practice. and my body responded to my courage and quickly began to recover. Now, I also want to add here, for the benefit of anyone who's listening who might have fibromyalgia, I had been on LDN, low-dose naltrexone, for about 5 years, which is an absolute boon for me. And then in 2023, it was caught up in that medicine shortages business for some reason. Anyway, a long story short, I hadn't had it for a year, and I'm now back on it. And of course, that's contributed to my recovery in no small way. So here I am, living this new life by design. My coaching practice has had a rebrand and a facelift, and you can visit www.daisycoaching.ie, which is my website, with all the details of what I offer and how to contact me and book coaching and attend classes and so on. You can follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Just search for Daisy Coaching Hub. And if you wish to be added to my mailing list, you can email miffy@daisycoaching.ie. I'll put all the details in the show notes anyway. I've hosted several podcasts in the past, but this one feels different. It was born from a conversation with a friend, and we agreed that it would be really lovely to have conversations about navigating life and the challenges we face. And the idea developed. One day, I just got a really clear download about the purpose of the conversations, and even the title, The Pebble in My Shoe, was part of that inspiration. So here it is, the Pebble in My Shoe podcast. It's an absolute privilege to have my friend Kathy Kelly Sweeney as my first guest. It was Kathy who explored the idea initially with me, and to whom I'm deeply grateful. I've already had so many enriching conversations with guests who share their stories with me, and I hope you enjoy the conversations too in the episodes to come. So episode 1 of The Pebble in My Shoe will launch on June 21st, 2024, and you can listen wherever you get your podcasts. I really look forward to being with you in episode 1 and all the subsequent episodes going forward. Bye for now.